tacky. It doesn't get any better. The way people interact with each other, even when we think that we are doing our very best, is really tacky, trashy.
All right.
Anytime we try to improve on the tackiness, you can just listen to people's conversation. It becomes trashy. We start telling vulgar jokes and stuff like that, or start belittling someone. That's what I mean by tacky, and then it starts getting trashy once you try to improve on the tackiness. We don't really know because we've never had it, and we don't have any model to go by. Oh. I have to say it again. We have nothing to go by. There's no guide whatsoever in the history books that we can use. It has a non-constructive result. People are always harmed by the way that we interact with each other for the most part. Every now and then, like when an ambulance comes and picks up someone who's been hit by a car, and you see other people jumping out of their cars running over to help, you have a brief moment where you have a little bit of the way things ought to be, which is helping the person that needs help the most. But it wears off very fast, because then we get into a bragging mode, even about what we did. Even when we say, well, I would do that for anybody. That's just a subtle way of bragging within the system that we have. See, nothing is genuine. We're all phony. Relationship, we can start toward finding out what it would be like. The best we can do is minimize conflict. That's the first thing.
Mm-hmm.
And you minimize conflict by doing what? Minimizing all unnecessary and non-constructive contact. Now, black people can start doing that with each other, because black people are great when it comes to contacting each other. Same thing. You minimize all contacts except when you can predict, almost with razor-sharp precision, that your contact is going to have a constructive result. In fact, you plan it. Before you even speak to someone, you try to figure out, what is it that I can say that would be helpful, that would be constructive? And if you can't think of anything to say that is helpful, that is constructive, then try to get as much distance between you and the other person as possible so that you don't go into that damage thing. Well, let me say this. You know when you fall off a building, fall off of a scaffold or something and hit your head, that's non-constructive. That's a non-constructive result. You know when you're in pain. That's non-constructive. You know when someone comes and relieves your pain. That is constructive. That's the only thing you can go by. Just, since we've been said to be animals anyway, yes, you alleviate pain. You alleviate anything that's harmful. You don't set fire to somebody's house. Somebody goes out and builds some type of shelter,
mm-hmm.
and then you come and kick it down. You know that that's not constructive. That's what you go by. You just cause and effect, cause and effect. You can't go by any philosophy of right and wrong, because those standards have not been set. We don't have a standard for right and wrong. So you do it all mechanically. Everything is mechanical until we learn how to use our souls, you might say.